Hey guys, Carl Sharp. Welcome back. Day 67 of 90 of my Dream Life Challenge. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about personal growth. Right now I'm in the middle of this 90-day challenge. I've got 23 days left. My goal is to read 3 books in the 23 days. It's actually 3 books in 24. One day has passed. Right now I'm reading the 5 levels of leadership. Last night I went through, read 41 pages last night. I think that's the most pages I've ever read in one night in a book ever before. So right now the 5 levels of leadership talks about what kind of leader are you. There's 5 different levels. What do the levels mean? And what's the highest you've ever been? How do you progress to the next level? So right now the levels of leadership, level 1 is the lowest level. It is a positional leadership. Might be somebody at a job, maybe it's you, maybe it's me, whatever, that has been given a position. So they're title based. People follow them because they have to, not because they want to. You ever had a boss that, they told you what to do and you just didn't respect them, but you had to do it because you wanted to keep your job, you wanted to keep that money coming in? That's called a positional leader. It's really hard for that person to ask people to do extra, stay late, show up early. They don't get a lot of productivity out of those people. The second type of leader is what's called a permission leader. They've earned people's trust, relationships, and people follow them because they want to. They help a little bit here and there. They'll follow them with some intent, but there's not a lot of power behind the permission leader. The next one is a production leader, someone who is in a position where they lead an organization based on production. And people follow them and they help because they see how much that person does for the organization. Whether it's a church, a charitable contribution, doesn't matter what it is. People lead this type of business based on production. That's a production style leader. Number 4 is what is called people development. People development is where you have moved out of position, moved through permission, you've created the production, and now people want to know how you did it. So you're teaching those people how to get the same production by being a leader. And so you are developing what you would call your first generation of leaders. And I'm not sure what type of business you're trying to build, if you're trying to build any business at all. But without leaders, there's nothing that goes on. There's leaders in church organizations, in business. There's leaders in every walk of our life. We may know it, we may not know it, but you got to look around. So you're developing people. The last level, which is called the pinnacle, some people will work their whole life trying to get to the pinnacle level of leadership, and they'll never reach it. Because what happens, this is where your people that you developed are so good that they're developing generations of leaders that work for you or that come to you for advice, whatever the case may be. If you're in a business where you're in network marketing or you're in, a CEO or something like that, that's generational. If you have an organization or a business or whatever, that's where long-term wealth comes into play. And so what you have to ask yourself is the same thing I ask myself: what type of leader am I right now, currently? Obviously, right now I feel like I'm a permission leader. I've got people who follow me because they want to. I've earned their trust. We have great conversations. I've got people that follow me based on choice. I've been a positional leader before. I've had job titles where people had to follow me because I was in a position of power. You definitely treat people differently because you can, but doesn't mean that you should. And really, I think everybody wants to get to the pinnacle. Right now, people development is where I've set my sights on. I feel this is probably a 10-year game plan. 10 years to get into the people development business. And you think about that, right now I'm 32 years old. If it took me 10 years to multiply myself 5 times, and I overrode 5 people in business or whatever the case may be, that's called freedom. And if those people become good enough and they can start developing new leaders within, then that brings me to the pinnacle, which is everybody wants to be at the pinnacle, but some people go their whole life and never reach the pinnacle. So ask yourself, what kind of leader are you? What kind of leader do you want to be? Ask yourself what you're doing to self-improve. Are you getting the results that you want to get in life? Man, I'll tell you, helped me a ton just reading 41 pages last night about leadership. And it helped me understand some of the areas of my life I thought I should be further in. I now understand why I'm not. Because in order to get the growth that I need in my current career, I got to be a production leader. And I got to step up my level of production so people want to go, I got to follow that guy because he does what I want to do. Right now, I've got permission. Now I've got to put the production behind it so I can increase my level of confidence, increase my level of leadership, increase my level of personal growth. So I really hope you guys got a lot of information from today. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at SharpCarl, Facebook at Carl Sharp, Twitter at SharpCarl, LinkedIn at Carl Sharp. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click on the link below and hit subscribe. And then I'll see you tomorrow.